What's going on, guys? Tristan24 here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have my predictions for match week 40 in the Championship. There's a lot of big games today. Of course, just coming back after another international break. This is the final run-in. This is it. Who's going up, who's going down, and who has nothing to play for. It's that time of the season, guys. Before we get into the video though, here on screen now is the prediction league, what it's looking like. It's not too late to join. If you're really good at predictions, you can really catch up quite, not easily, but a few good predictions in your favour can get you right up the league. So, starting off then, on the Friday night game, Hull against Huddersfield at the KC, or KCOM now, it's had so many names. I can see Huddersfield continuing their really good form. Previous to the international break, they went on an amazing run. And I think they lost to Millwall in the end of all teams to end their unbeaten run. I'm pretty sure it was Millwall anyway. But for this game, I think they'll get back to winning ways in a 2-0 win over Hull, who I can't see them getting sucked into the relegation zone. I think they'll be fine. Next up is Blackpool against Forest. This is the lunchtime kickoff on the Saturday. In this game, I can see it being a really close one and really good game, to be honest, between the two sides. Blackpool very underrated. I think if they had the quality of some of the other teams in this division under Neil Critchley, they would be absolutely flying, probably getting promoted. They were in the playoffs for a small amount of time this season, but overall levelling out to mid-table, which I think is where they're going to finish. Forest, however, pushing for the playoffs, and I think they'll get a step closer here with a 2-1 away victory. I think they'll score in the last minute. They've done it so many times this season. I think they'll do it again. 2-1 to Nottingham Forest in that one. Next up is a big 6-pointer at the bottom of the Championship. Barnsley, who are in the relegation zone, against Reading, who are just outside the relegation zone. Reading been picking up a few decent points recently for the international break. Barnsley the same, but if they are serious about catching them, this has to be a win for Barnsley. If Reading win this, you really think that that's almost a relegation zone finish, really, in terms of the battle, although Barnsley do play a few of the teams in the bottom three as well, so it'll be really interesting to see. But for this one, I'm going to say Barnsley 1 because they're at home, Reading 0. Next up is Bournemouth against Bristol. Nothing to play for really for Bristol, all about next season. Bournemouth, however, they want to be next season to be in the Premier League. They're second at the moment, and so they should be. With the team they have, it's outstanding quality. I think they will tear apart Bristol here, 3-0. Up next is the South Wales Derby. That's right. It's not first, it's not last, it's in the middle. First 3 o'clock kickoff in decades for the South Wales Derby. Cardiff against Swansea, of course. If you never knew, you probably know by now if you've been watching the channel for a while. But no one's ever done a double over each other in the South Wales Derby. So Swansea, once again, could make history. We say it every time. Could, probably should, but would we here? Maybe, maybe not. There's no way I'm backing against the Swans in a derby. I'm going to go Swansea 1-0. Whether I'm too confident in that is another thing. I think Cardiff will give us a really good game. But of course I'm not going to back against the Swans on derby day. You can't do that. Up next is Coventry against Blackburn. Two teams really trying to get in the playoffs. I don't think Coventry will. Blackburn, a lot more of a chance, but they're falling away, and this has to be a win for them if they're serious about trying to finish there. Of course, their ambitions to try and get into the Premier League. I'm going to say Coventry 1, Blackburn 2 in this one. Derby against Preston is the next game, and Derby, if Reading get a win against Barnsley on this match week, then, if Barnsley or Reading win, then Derby and Peterborough will be really disappointed. So I'll be hoping for a draw in that one probably. But in this game, Derby can only focus on themselves and they have to try and keep up the pace, and I think they will. I think they'll get a 2-1 win at home against Preston to keep up the pace. Luton against Millwall is next, a massive game in this one. Millwall, they're outside the top 6, trying to get their way in there. Luton, they're in the top 6 and they're looking really good, and it's really hard to bet against Luton at the moment. They're just brilliant watching them. I'm going to back them here, home victory 2-1 at Kennelsworth Road. Peterborough against Middlesbrough is the next game. I'm not going to mess around with this one. I just think Middlesbrough are going to win. They're in 7th right now. I think this win might take them into playoffs. It's that tight, I don't even know. With a 3-0 win this one. Peterborough, they can score, and I did get their prediction against QPR right. Not spot on, but I did get the outcome right, which many people didn't think would happen. But Peterborough and Middlesbrough just a step too far in my opinion. Barnsley can beat them, but I think Middlesbrough is too far into the season now for them to be looking back. They'll be fresh, ready for this one. 3-0. QPR against Fulham next. QPR, wow, what a slip off really. You know, around Christmas time everyone's thinking maybe they could get into the top 2, maybe. No, they didn't, and they've slipped down all the way to like 8th or 9th now in the table. Fulham are top, they'll win the league, I'm almost certain about it, and I think they'll win 3-1 in this one. Stoke against Sheffield United next. Stoke, there's nothing for them to play for the rest of the season. Sheffield United though, I do think they'll get the top 6. They're in the top 6 at the moment, they're doing really well, and I think they'll tear Stoke apart. 2-0 in this one. I think they'll have a load of chances and just about get enough to get over the line in a 2-0 win. The final game of this match week is Birmingham, and they take on West Brom. Birmingham, they're just not clinical. Of course, when they played Swansea the week before the international break, they had a lot of chances, they just could not score. West Brom, on the other hand, they've turned things around under Bruce. I don't think it's too late for them to get into the top 6, but never say never, West Brom fans. But I think they will win this one 2-0, but ultimately I don't think it'll count for much come the end of the season. So guys, thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please do drop a like and subscribe. Let me know your comments in the comment section down below, and you can join the prediction league for free. And until then guys, take care. Goodbye.